Football is a team game, but individual accomplishment will elevate a special few above the huddled masses. Men like O.J. Simpson are canonized with the title superstar. Simpson's arrival guarantees excitement, and in 1975, the juice turned loose for his fourth consecutive remarkable season. After a legendary career at Galileo High School, then City College of San Francisco, and finally USC, Simpson came of age as a pro in 1972 and has averaged over 1,500 yards per season ever since, with an unending supply of ad-lib heroics. This season, Simpson also put to rest the myth about his hands being made of low-grade iron ore. Number 32 cradled 29 receptions in 75, good for 7 touchdowns and an average of 15 yards per catch. Opening up with O.J. was young Buffalo quarterback Joe Ferguson, number 12, who led the entire NFL in touchdown passes for most of the season. Meanwhile, a pocket-sized version of the juice was operating out of St. Louis. In fact, tiny number 21 turned out to be even more versatile than O.J. Terrific Terry Metcalf could torture the opposition in every conceivable fashion. He became only the third player in NFL history to score 5 different ways in one season. As a runner from scrimmage, with a punt return, and then a kickoff return, as a pass receiver, and finally even as a passer. In all, Metcalf gained more total yardage than any player in NFL history, including 34 yards on this remarkable touchdown pass against the Cowboys that he caught between his legs. While wide-eyed Terry Metcalf did it all in St. Louis, another little man was a bit more specialized for the Houston Oilers. Billy Hummingbird Johnson played wide receiver, but his signature was the long, twisting kick return. Johnson tied an NFL record with 4 touchdown returns of kicks and missed a 5th by just 2 yards as the Oilers followed his distinctive lead with an impressive 10-4 season, their best since 1964. In the NFC, the most impressive individual performance was turned in by Minnesota's Chuck Foreman, number 44. During much of the year, Foreman led his conference in rushing, scoring, and thanks to cool and confident Viking quarterback Fran Tarkenton, receiving as well. Foreman's quest for football's Triple Crown, along with several other individual records, wound down to last week's wintry finale in sugar-frosted Buffalo, New York. Francis Asbury Tarkenton has always had vocal critics to remind him that he does not meet the accepted table of NFL weights and measures. He answers by delivering the ball in time, often, and on the money. After 15 seasons of moving around and finding the open man, Fran has finally made his point, both historically and statistically. He entered the Buffalo game as the NFC's leading passer and then clinched the title by completing 83% of his passes. Tarkenton prospered against a weak Bill defense, and Foreman benefited with an equal share of the success. Foreman caught 10 passes to win the receiving title and scored 4 touchdowns to tie the all-time NFL record for touchdowns in a season at 22. Unfortunately, Buffalo fans greeted Foreman's greatness with disrespect. Regrettably, Foreman's final opportunity at the rushing title to complete his Triple Crown was ruined by the callous act of an unthinking so-called fan. A snowball in the eye blurred Foreman's vision and put the already fire-breathing Minnesota defense in an even more cantankerous mood. It was Buffalo quarterback Joe Ferguson who bore the brunt of their ire. Ferguson's excellent season ended in a fashion as dreary and bleak as the day, while the Vikings camped under his long prayers like plunderers from the north. The Minnesota Snowmen frolicked all over the field with 3 Ferguson interceptions to put the game away early. But there was one area in which Buffalo remained interesting. As usual, O.J. still had some individual records within reach. Simpson ended the year with 1,837 yards gained, the second highest rushing total in NFL history, ranking behind only his own 2003 season. The Juice also caught another touchdown pass as Chuck Foreman's stay at the top in the NFL record book lasted only a few short moments. O.J.'s 23rd touchdown of the year made him Pro Football's most prolific 6-point scorer for a season. But personal records are put in proper perspective by O.J.'s reaction to his record. All the yards, catches, and points mean little to a man who's already done it all. Buffalo's 8-6 season has them slipping away from the only worthwhile goal left, a Super Bowl title, and Simpson is thinking about retirement. But the record that everybody came out in the cold to see was the one that had been in the making the longest. Francis Tarkenton needed 2 touchdown passes to break John Unitas' all-time career mark of 290, so he calmly went out and got him. Records fell all over the wintry landscape as Minnesota demolished Buffalo 35-13. But for Sir Francis, it was all in a day's work, nothing to get excited about. Because an old pro knows that it's not statistics that make the man, but where those statistics lead him.